Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Is your business to figure out how to keep yourself cool in the hot summer. And I love talking to my good friend Lance Malone. He's a regular contributor here on The Price of Business. He's on very often because it's hot very often in Houston. In fact, we finally had, we are now in line for the hottest weekend so far for 2014. That's on the weather map. And so really delighted that we can always bring you in and to talk to you about your company and the great work that your company does to help the air conditioning industry. Tell us a little bit about Standard Supply, give us your website, and then introduce your guest for us this segment.
Sure, Kevin. Thanks for having us again. Standard Supply is a distributor of heating and air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration products. And what we do is we help the best contractors in Texas take care of their homeowners and business owners and keep them comfortable and during these hot times of the year. You can find out more about Standard Supply at ssdhvac.com. And today I'm excited to have Edgar Connery with us. Edgar is the owner of One Call Services here in Houston. You can find out more about them at onecallhouston.com. And I was wondering, Edgar, if you'd just tell us a little bit about your background and tell us about One Call Services.
Thanks, Lance. I've been in business for over 25 years. And I've been in the industry for over 34 years. And basically, we're in the air conditioning plumbing business in Houston and residential and light commercial service.
Okay. And so what part of town are you in?
We're actually just moved over to the soccer field downtown in a new location.
Very good. Go ahead, Lance.
Well, we were going to talk today, Kevin, about something that a lot of homeowners do. A lot of homeowners will purchase a home warranty to cover all types of repairs in their home. And I wanted to ask Edgar, is this a good way to handle your air conditioning work?
I would say no. I think it's a good start to it becoming a frustration during the hot times. I have customers call me that have home warranties. They're actually 2 to 3 days out before they can get a serviceman out there. We just had an incident just lately, yesterday. Dan Pastorini, good customer of ours, Houston Oiler quarterback. He had no AC, and we went out there, and it had leaks in it, in his coil. Well, he had to call his home warranty company, and they basically said there was no leaks. We've been out there 3 times and showed Dan where the leaks are at, and he's having some frustrations with his home warranty.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that's really good that you brought that up, Edgar, because a lot of people don't know, and I didn't know this before I got into the industry, but you know, your air conditioning system is not designed to consume refrigerant. If your system is low on Freon, what's the reason for that?
You have a leak, and also the thing is that Freon migrates with oil, and basically you're losing oil out of your compressor, and it's just a matter of time before you start having some serious problems.
Yeah. You know, you ought to send a copy of this audio to Dan and say, send that on to the warranty company and say, next time we'll start mentioning names of warranty companies. That might help move things.
Good idea. Good idea.
I like that.
You talked about the typical response time, you know, being 2 to 3 days when it's hot outside. What type of technicians are typically dispatched when you have a home warranty company coming to do your air conditioning work?
You know, the industry's changed and everything like that, and there's schools out there that are taking techs and doing crash courses, and then throwing them out there to these consumers, and the consumers don't know who are in their house, how capable they are, and skilled. We have a training. We train all our guys. There's training every day. We bring in our techs, so it's a big thing for us. It's what we believe in, and we're. And it's what's made our service company just grow.
Awesome. So when you call a home warranty company to come out for air conditioning service, what's their primary goal in that transaction?
Flat out, as far as I'm concerned, to put a Band-Aid on it and get on down the road.
Yeah, that's something you can believe in.
Yeah. Yes.
So, what are some things that people need to be doing? I guess you really need to know specifically what kind of warranty you're getting.
Right. You need to have the consumer needs to ask questions. They really need to talk to the technician. And also, I believe in anything. I don't care if it's car mechanics. Get a second opinion. Pay a company to come out there, spend some time, spend the quality time on your home that you need. So and get educated on what really needs to happen.
Makes perfect sense.
So we talked about typically a home warranty company will be slower to respond. They're going to send a less qualified technician, and they're going to look for the cheapest way to get out of the home.
Correct.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's apples and oranges. I mean, you're for a service company to come out there and to diagnose correctly, to check your system correctly, it takes time and it takes money. And these guys are on volume, and that's how they're set up, and that's how it's programmed. So it's probably 2/3 less they're paid than what you would pay us to do the job correctly.
Right.
Is that indicative, or say something about the kind of companies that would work with a home warranty company? They're not getting enough business on their own,
right?
And so they'll work with a company like this and do it on the cheap, and have to do it as quickly as possible, simply from an economics perspective. And so some of it, is pragmatic. It isn't a lack of values or whatever, but it's almost existential. They're trying to stay in business,
right? A lot of these guys. Hey, I started off with one truck, and built my business up from customers trusting me. And doing just a great job for them, and I instill that in all my guys. That's why we train. But some of these contractors out there, they might be good guys. They might be somewhat skilled. I'm not saying that this is in a hole. There's exceptions to the rule. But you know what? Does the consumer know who and what, and who's the experienced guy, and who's really going to spend quality time and give you value on what you really need in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the other issues we see, Kevin, is a lot of times there's not much continuity in who does the work for these home warranty companies. A lot of the contractors are not bad contractors. They're maybe new startups, or they are trying to get into the service side of the business, and so they partner up with these home warranty companies to get, service calls to go run. It's just a matter of the revenue generated from those calls is not enough to support the cost to do it correctly.
Mm-hmm. Edgar Connery has been our guest. He's with One Call Houston. That's One Call Houston. You spell it out, onecallhouston.com. And, of course, he's here with Lance Malone with Standard Supply, who does a phenomenal job, as always. Very timely, very informative. Not at all surprised, Lance. Your website?
It's ssdhvac.com.
Very good. Thanks to both of you, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Appreciate it.
When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usatoreview.com. I am Kevin Price. This is The Price of Business.
It's been getting so